All right, so today I do not have a PowerPoint. I just want to talk more heart to heart to each and every one of you that are Tone Today clients about self-love and self-care. So let's talk about a couple of myths that surround self-love and self-care. One of them, it could be that, you don't want to, as a mom or as a caretaker, you don't want to do too much for yourself or take too much time because you're already working and you're away from the family a lot. And so then to go that extra mile for self-care and self-love, it feels selfish, and I get life, like there's a lot of opportunity to volunteer and to do things. And those things are going to make us feel happier. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely think there needs to be that element in life. But it's when it gets like too much on the, we want to balance the scales, right? So if we're tipping to this side or this side, we're going to start to affect those that we love, and our life is going to be affected. So our work life, everything, our dreams, our goals, when they're not being met, I talk about that when we first sit down together, that it's almost like a self-esteem nixer. Every time you have some type of goal or something that you want, that you think about that you're not pursuing and you're not doing, because at the end of the day, it's something that energy is going out to that you're not fulfilling. So that to me is a form of self-love and self-care. So I want to try to get people to shift and kind of look away from the negativity that might surround being selfish, right? Because selfish is negative in our culture and our society. And try to look at it more in the positive light. And what I'm talking about is self-love. So it's about learning how to love ourselves so that we can love others the way that we want to. Because honestly, every interaction that you're going to have with people in life is going to be based on your perspective of it. So whether or not it's meaningful or loving will be completely based on how much you love yourself. So if you are, dwelling on whether or not somebody dislikes you, or if you're really angry at somebody, or you don't like that person, that's completely okay. You can make that judgment. But a lot of the time, it's really, a manifestation of how we see ourselves is how we see the world and how we see those around us. So that's why I believe self-love is number one. And so we're kind of going into this before we become aware of how we actually feel about ourselves. So it's some deep stuff here, but I think you can get it. Let's try to, realize that there may be some negativity around self-love. So becoming aware of that and trying to shed that would be the first thing that you want to do. And, start to build on the positive, that we need to love ourselves so that we can love others and pursue the things that we want in life so that we are fulfilled and we can show others that opportunity and how to do it. So here's some ideas of self-love. Of course, I believe in, strength training, cardiovascular, a well-rounded fitness program. And the reason for that is just our brains and our bodies are meant to move. And so just like we need sleep, we really need to be, getting rid of, carrying extra body fat, being able to move and clear our minds, and then we need to eat healthy. So that's another form of self-respect and self-love. So if you respect yourself and you love yourself, then you're going to schedule out that time to focus on some type of movement and to grow stronger so that our metabolism at least stays where it is at as we age, or it, gets higher, okay, so that we can burn more fat. So that way we can feel lighter and do the things that we want to do. So there's lots of reasons to, respect ourselves and love ourselves enough to eat healthy and move. And then I think we need to enrich our minds. As we continue to grow throughout life, we could become stagnant. We could have a fixed mindset so that we're not dynamic and we're not growing and we're not challenging. So in our work environments and in our home life, when things feel like it's stretching you, a lot of times it may be, but it's a sign that you're continuing to grow in life. And another great way to grow is to have a journal. Okay, so this says you got this, and I got this at my polka dot group. I thought it was just so fitting. But you can journal in here every single day, things that you want in life, and start to look at them. This is what I want. This is part of my self-love. I'm going to take 10 minutes a day to just check in with me. Another form of self-love is meditation. So we want to be meditating, and that means that could be prayer, meditation, and they're really, it's spiritual in nature. Not that it's against any type of religion. It is not. It's just connecting with yourself to hear what you are saying, because we have voices inside and they're quiet, okay? And you can't hear your voice unless you get quiet enough to tune in, because life will pull you in so many different directions throughout the day, and emotions. And I'm not kidding, like it'll be for me from the time that I wake up. I'm thinking about a client, I'm thinking about something about my kids, some tasks that I got to get done, and I'm in the shower and I'm getting ready. And, that's a part of self-love care, obviously cleaning ourselves, taking care, getting up early enough so we have time for us and to plan out the day. But one thing that is great that I do is take that, 20 minutes aside, 10 minutes, and I meditate, I relax, I connect with myself. And it's amazing, all of these thoughts that bubble up into my conscious, and that and I might have gone into a meditation like slammed, okay, like feeling as though emotionally this life is out of control, too many things are happening. And then I just get quiet for 10 to 20 minutes, start doing some deep breathing and relaxing. And the thoughts that come about are completely different. It's almost like when you do that workout and you start feeling more positive, you connect with yourself. That's all self-love. Self-love for me could be purchasing something that I really need or want that I've earned and I've planned out. It's getting to your goals and celebrating them, and then finding a way to maintain it. And then not only just making goals, but plan out, how do you want to get to those goals? So I just want to encourage every one of our clients at Tone Today to take the time to love yourself enough to exercise, eat healthy, drink enough water, be journaling, take time to meditate, and even reading books. Try to take down some of that television time. And this is an overwhelming list. I get it. So one thing that I did in the beginning when I started to decide that I was going to make myself important and invest in me, and which you guys have already done being in our program, you're investing in you, which is awesome. And we're focusing on the movement. So let's layer it on. Okay. So if part of your journey is a nutrition program at Tone Today, let's just do it 1 week at a time. Like most of my week was very healthy. I planned my meals on Sunday. That's layer 1. Maybe the next week is layer 2. I'm going to read for 10 minutes a day, and go ahead and do that. It doesn't have to be all at once, but I call it layer it on in our mindset program. That's what we're taught. And it's awesome, because 1 week I'll focus on my food, and then the next week I will focus on my food, plus I layer on my water and make sure I'm getting enough water. The next week I may then, start an additional cardio session, or read a book for 20 minutes a day, or write for 20 minutes a day. And so all of this, as it's layered on, it's something that I feel like, okay, these are the building blocks. This is how I'm doing my self-love. And I have a way to maintain it and sustain it. And then I can add something more that I want. So hopefully this helps you understand maybe and look at a little differently the difference between selfishness in our society, and turn that thought to self-love, and just how much more impactful to the world that you're going to be once you take time to figure out what you need, because only you know it, and there's lots of ways to do it. So just to wrap up, I want to say I love all of you, and I am humbled that anyone would, do these things, watch the videos, take part in the exercise program that we have come up with, do our nutrition week after week. It's absolutely humbling to me. And I care deeply for each and every one of you. So if you have any questions at all, comments, need help with this, we do have our mindset program that we're starting up. And I also just want to say I'm always available. I want to connect with you. I want to know how to help you in any way I can. All right. Thank you.